A blood-stained Eagle standard leans sideways in the mud. Rain runs down your helmet. Broken shields float in shallow pools between the bodies. The men waiting for your command stare through the storm. You tighten your grip on your sword. The fate of hundreds rests on your next order. Then you remember the day you first left home. Level 1. The Recruit. You wake before sunrise to the sound of goats moving outside your family's small farm. Your father sharpens a worn blade beside the doorway. Your mother folds bread into a cloth bag without speaking. A Roman recruiter stands in the village square before noon. Silver coins hang from his belt. Stories of distant lands follow him wherever he walks. You watch young men gather around him. Some dream of glory. Others dream of food. That evening, your father places a hand on your shoulder. The farm cannot support everyone. The choice sits silently between you. Before dawn, you shoulder a small pack and begin walking. Your mother remains in the doorway until the road curves out of sight. The Empire waits beyond the horizon. Level 2. The Legionary. The training camp smells of sweat, leather, and dust. Veterans shout before the sun rises. Wooden practice, swords slam against shields all day. Your arms burn. Your feet blister. Your back aches beneath heavy equipment. A recruit beside you collapses during a forced march. The instructors keep moving. No one stops. You learn quickly that Rome values endurance more than excuses. Weeks become months. The wooden sword feels lighter. The shield feels steadier. Your movements become sharper. One evening, a scarred veteran hands you your first real weapon. The steel catches the firelight. For the first time, you look like a soldier. Then word arrives that your legion is marching north. Level 3. The First Battle. Cold mist hangs over the valley. Thousands of boots crush wet grass beneath them. The Eagle standard rises above the ranks. Your stomach tightens as enemy horns echo across the hills. The stories never mention this feeling. The waiting feels worse than the fighting. You grip your shield until your knuckles ache. Then the enemy appears. Dark figures rush down the slope. The ground shakes beneath hundreds of feet. A command rings out. The line advances. Shields collide with a thunderous crack. The world becomes noise. Steel flashes inches from your face. Mud splashes across your eyes. A soldier beside you falls. Another takes his place immediately. Hours later, silence slowly returns. Smoke drifts across the field. You stare at your sword. Blood runs down the blade. Nothing about victory feels heroic. That night, you recognize one of the dead. You barely sleep. At sunrise, the Legion marches again. Level 4. The Veteran. Years pass beneath different skies. Forests, mountains, rivers, fortresses. Campaign follows campaign. New recruits begin looking at you the way you once looked at veterans. A young soldier named Marcus joins your unit. His questions remind you of yourself. You teach him how to march. You teach him how to fight. You teach him how to survive. Scars multiply across your body. Letters from home arrive less often. Friends disappear from the ranks. Their places fill quickly. Rome keeps moving forward. One winter evening, Marcus asks whether the sacrifices are worth it. The campfire crackles between you. You search for an answer. Before you can speak, a messenger enters the fort. New orders have arrived. The frontier needs reinforcements. Level 5. The Frontier. The Empire's border feels like the edge of the world. Dark forests stretch beyond the walls. Watchtowers stand against endless wilderness. Snow gathers along the ramparts. Months pass without major battles. The quiet becomes its own enemy. You meet a local woman near a trading settlement. For the first time in years, laughter returns to your evenings. The future begins to look different. You imagine a home. You imagine children. You imagine life beyond military service. Then a rider arrives at full speed. Smoke rises from distant villages. The frontier is under attack. You spend the next weeks defending isolated outposts. The dreams of peace vanish beneath marching orders. When the fighting finally ends, another letter waits for you. The seal belongs to Rome itself. Level 6. The Centurion's Shadow. Promotion opportunities rarely appear. When they do, everyone notices. Your commanders begin watching closely. Your decisions carry greater weight. Marcus now stands among the strongest soldiers in the unit. Together, you survive patrols, ambushes, and bitter winters. Then a position opens beneath a respected centurion. Only one candidate will receive it. The camp grows tense. Friendships become cautious. Every action feels measured. Every mistake feels dangerous. You and Marcus find yourselves competing for the same future. One evening, an argument erupts after a failed patrol. Words become accusations. Accusations become silence. Days later, the promotion is announced. Your name echoes through the fort. The celebration feels strangely empty. Marcus avoids your eyes. A week later, his unit receives transfer orders. The gate closes behind him. You never know if you will meet again. Then news arrives of a massive campaign gathering in the north. Level 7, the last campaign. Thousands of soldiers converge beneath Rome's banners. The scale exceeds anything you have witnessed. Supply wagons stretch across the landscape. Engineers build roads through difficult terrain. Commanders study maps deep into the night. You now lead men of your own. Their lives depend on your judgment. The responsibility feels heavier than armor. Weeks into the campaign, disaster strikes. Enemy forces trap part of the army near a narrow valley. Messengers race between commanders. Conflicting orders spread confusion. Rain turns the ground into mud. The battle begins before sunrise. Arrows darken the sky. Shouts echo through the valley walls. You spot a group of trapped soldiers cut off from the main force. Saving them means abandoning your assigned position. Following orders means leaving them behind. For a moment, the world narrows to a single decision. You turn toward the trapped men. Your soldiers follow without hesitation. The rescue succeeds. The cost is terrible. Many never return. When the battle finally ends, the Eagle standard still stands. But countless names disappear from the rolls forever. Among the survivors, you recognize a familiar face. Marcus stands across the campfire. Older, scarred, silent. Neither of you speaks about the past. Some wounds require no words. Years later, the campaign finally ends. Retirement awaits. Level 8, the retired veteran. The road home feels unfamiliar. Fields replace fortresses. Birdsong replaces battle horns. Your steps slow as your village comes into view. Children run through streets that once seemed enormous. New houses stand where old ones once stood. Time continued without you. Your father's tools hang untouched inside a quiet home. Your mother's chair sits near the hearth. Dust gathers where voices once lived. The weight of years settles across the room. You walk through the village at sunset. Some recognize you. Many do not. The soldier who left belongs to memory now. The woman you once loved greets you with silver in her hair. Life has marked both of you. No trumpet announces your return. No crowd gathers to celebrate. The Empire's wars feel very far away. Days become peaceful, then months, then years. You teach younger generations how to hold a shield. You tell stories beside evening fires. You watch children laugh beneath open skies. One morning, you stand outside as sunlight spreads across the fields. The noise is gone. The pressure is gone. The thing you spent years chasing now sits quietly behind you. For a moment, you remember who started this journey. The young recruit walking away from home. The frightened soldier entering his first battle. The ambitious veteran chasing promotion. You barely recognize that person. Then you keep walking.